Oh. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्याश्रहस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगायि प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. We are in Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 60. And here we see the dialogue conversation between Sri Krishna Bhagavan and his Rukmini, his spouse, his first wife. And what is the quality of relationship that one must have? That is being shown in this chapter. That how should a dampati, dampatya jivan, a married husband and wife in a married family, how they should behave with each other. And first thing that they told was the husband should tease the wife. And here Krishna Bhagavan teases रुक्मिणी जी. इन वॉट वे? क्योंकि जब तक मिर्च मसाला नहीं है तब तक जीवन का आनंद क्या है, फैमिली लाइफ का फ़ायदा क्या है? दिन भर मेडिटेशन करते रहो, पूजा करते रहो, उसका कोई मज़ा नहीं है. एंड व्हाट डज इट इज? ही सेज, ही गिव्स फ्यू रीजंस. आई जस्ट गिव यू वन, बिकॉज ऑल दोज रीजंस which Krishna gave that you should have married some, he says there were other people who were more valorous, more wealthy, more smart, having huge kingdoms, where they were emperors, and you married to me who has nothing. I am not even a king of any kingdom, and you married me. I think, and in the conclusion, after giving few things, he says, I think you should have gone and got married to Shishupal, who was, or someone like him, who was right for you. Because what are you going to get from me? Though Rukmini became shocked. Why she got shocked? Because she felt the Lord is going to abandon her. This fear. And therefore, in the Shukdevji Maharaj says in 32nd and 34th verse, Saivam Bhagavata Rajan Vaidharbhi Saparisanttvita Nyatva Tat Parihasoktim Priyatyaga Bhayam Jahau Babhasharushabham Punsam Vikshanti Bhagavan Mukham Savridahasaruchi Snigdha Pangena Bharata. And there Shukdevji is saying, this Rukmini, the daughter of King of Vidarbha, on being the simply comforted, meaning what? Krishna Bhagavan says, I was just joking with you. Because when she felt, and what were the symptoms? Krishna Bhagavan is smart. Today's husbands are not smart. Even after seeing symptoms, they keep watching TV or WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, they will say, everything will be fine. She needs a hug. She needs santwana. Santwana diye. Santwana matlab, you feel the empathy. You are in tune with that partner of yours or any person for that matter. In tuning means you are there at the right time, at the right place, without anyone's calling. And therefore here, the moment she starts, she has parched lips, her knees are getting weak, she goes unconscious. And what Krishna Bhagavan does, he lifts her up, brings up to the, onto the bed, and now he is feeling bad that because of my words, my darling is gone through this scenario. And immediately brings the water, puts the water between her lips, caresses her head, starts pressing. You rub the talwa rub karte hai na jab, the base of your not palm, feet. Base of your feet, you rub, then you come out of unconsciousness. You take onion and that time maybe onions were not there. Krishna Bhagavan is vegetarian and he is वैष्णव साक्षात वैष्णव, तो वो अनियन गार्लिक नहीं खाते, तो इसलिए वो ऑप्शन अवेलेबल नहीं है. The moment she got up, she felt good. That what Krishna Bhagavan has, and Krishna Bhagavan says, I made a joke, don't be, so why did you feel like this? And then our Shukdevji Maharaj is saying that his utterance to be a joke and she gave up the fear and immediately embraced her darling. Who is her darling? Bhageshri. Who is her darling? Rukmini's darling. Daksha, who is Rukmini's darling? Krishna. Pay attention. Gazing on the Lord's face. Here. Badhava Rishabham Punsam Vikshanti Bhagavat Mukham, and continuously dotting with love, with smile, with wantingness, apnepan ke saath. She is looking at the Lord with a smile and she spoke. Now the Lakshmi comes out of her. The moment she comes to realize Krishna was joking, now see her words, beautiful. It's a bit complicated Sanskrit, so we'll try as much as we can. We'll read it and then I'll tell you in short the meaning of that. Or what we can do is, we can read one verse and take it that way. Nanveva metad aravinda vilochanaha yadvai bhavan bhagavato sadrishi vibhumnaha क्वस्वे महिम्न्यभिरतो भगवांस्त्रिधीशः क्वाहं गुणप्रकृतिरज्ञ गृहीतपादा. And therefore, here says, Rukmini ji is saying, we'll read one, it will be easier. नहीं तो सर दर्द हो जाएगा. I will get a headache. Why? Because if I concentrate too much, I am getting headaches nowadays. So it's not because of the Lord I am getting headache, okay? So, Rukmini ji, when she became assured that the Lord was, joking, she says now that I am not for you. You are right. He said, no, that you are not, whom have you got married to? I'm not qualified for you. I should have looked for someone else. In that manner she's saying that yes, I'm not for you. Why? Because how can I compare myself to you? How can I ever come in gather those qualities which can be ever equal to you? Yes, I'm not equal to you. आई एम नॉट क्वालिफाइड टू बी मैरिड टू यू, यू आर राइट. कृष्ण भगवान देख रहे होंगे क्या उनका, तुम इमेजिन द सीन इन हिज हेड. शी इज सिटिंग देयर ऑन द बेड, शी हैज जस्ट गॉट अप फ्रॉम अनकॉन्शियसनेस एंड कृष्ण भगवान इज प्रेसिंग हर फीट एंड शी सेइंग, या आई एम नॉट, sarcastically, come, come, come. Oh, he's grown. My God. Because how can I ever compare myself to you? You are established in your all pervasiveness, and you are the Lord of all the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. You are the Lord of all the three lokas or the three gunas, and therefore, and all the gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all of them are serving you, O Lord O Narayana. She is telling her, O Krishna, and where I can compare with Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? I am nothing, Yes, you are right. That I should not have got married to you because I cannot compare myself to you. Continuing in the next verse. Satyam bhayadeva gunebhya urukramantaha shete samudra upalambanamatra atma nityam kadindriya ganai kruta vigrahastvam tvat sevakair nrupapadam vidyutam tamondhama. In the 35th verse she says, you told me that you got, because when Krishna was telling why she should not have got married to me, Krishna told that I am a ranchod. You know what is ranchod? Ranchod is the one who runs away from the battlefield. And he says, I am that fellow who ran and hid in the ocean. Because he built Dwarka, he ran away from battling with Jarasandha, and he hid in the ocean. But see the meaning what Rukmini is taking out of it. This is the beauty of all these verses. She says that you told that you went and hid in the ocean, and here the Raja, she's taking in the meaning that the king of the senses. So, because senses are continuously demanding, or you have hidden away from the senses, you are in the deep ocean of the heart. That's where you are hidden. And in this way, she says that you are hidden away from the three gunas. In other words, the senses or the three gunas, they can never come to know you. Why? Why the three gunas cannot come to know the Lord? Because he is beyond, he is transcendental to the gunas. Gunas are only in the Prakriti, where the Lord is transcendental to the Prakriti, but supporting the Prakriti. So this is the recognition of Rukmini. So वो भी कम नहीं है. She has also studied scriptures, but her knowledge is coming from her samarpan, from her surrender to the Lord. See? We saw before that her son had been taken away. The moment he was born, he was taken away by the Rakshasa. She did not complain even once. Why? What will happen to us if our child is taken away? पूरी दुनिया को ऊपर नीचे कर देंगे, and for the rest of our life we will remain miserable. For the rest of our life we will remain miserable. And I have seen such people. Some people who have only one child and paraplegic, whole life they are serving them. There is a udasinata on their face. There's no laughter. You can see the pain. Why is that pain? Why is that pain? Because of attachment. Because of attachment. And Rukmini, is she not feeling the pain? Is she not feeling the pain? I'm asking. Then why she is not expressing it? Because for her, the child is not as important as the Lord in front of her. She has completely, absolutely, single pointedly surrendered to the Lord. Her only goal in life is the Lord Sri Krishna and nothing else. Not the palace, not the wealth, not he is run short or he is hidden away. She's going to give you all the different examples now. Her focus is only the Lord. Is our why we become miserable for the rest of our life if something happens? Because our focus is not on the Lord. We take the Lord's name, but we have not surrendered to Him. हमने अपने आप को समर्पण नहीं किया भगवान को. जब तक भगवान के प्रति समर्पण नहीं होगा, दुनिया की कुछ न कुछ चीज या व्यक्ति या परिस्थिति, it will trouble us. Today, this morning we were going for a walk and Seema, we have satsang always, and she asked some question, I don't know, something, I can't remember the conversation, but one thing that I told her that time, that either we are Atmashraya or we are Parashraya. These are the two options that we have every moment in our life. This is our Guru Purnima message. Either we are Atmashraya or Bhagwan Ashraya, or we are Parashraya. Atmashraya means we are dedicated, committed, focused, single pointed, thinking of nothing else but the Atma or the Bhagwan or the Lord in our heart. That while I am seeing, my eyes are seeing, but my attention is on the Lord in my heart or the consciousness. I am speaking, but my attention is, this is Prakriti. Mind, intellect, breath, body, senses, this is Prakriti. Prakriti doesn't require your attention. It is functioning of its own accord. It is inert. It is functioning of its own accord. Just like, I'll give you an example. Just like the iron filings which are inert, but they move of their own accord in the presence of a magnet, isn't it? The movement is there. Exactly the same way. This Prakriti, what is this Prakriti? Intellect, mind, breath, and vital air sheath, and the gross body and the senses, they have their own destiny. They have their own functioning based upon whatever is there inside. See? But we get attached to it. Parashraya. Parashraya means forgetting the Lord, forgetting the consciousness, and focusing on either the ideas, convictions, etc., or the emotions, or the breath, or the birth, or the death, or the body, or the relations. Forget, we don't even come here. We keep moving away. Para, we keep going away from ourselves more and more and more and more and more. And who is miserable? Only that person who has gone away from himself. Why Rukmini is not miserable? Because her focus is the Lord. If Lord goes away and she has the child, will she be happy? No. Because her focus is the Lord. So she says, it seems as if by the fear of these senses and stimuli, you have gone and hidden into the ocean, into the ocean of the antahkaran, into the ocean of the mana buddhi chintakar. Behind them, you have gone and hidden yourself, and always are situated there. Rukmini continues to say that all the kings are continuously in war with you. Why? See, are the senses, these are the kings? Are these kings thinking about the truth? Are they thinking about the Lord? Here the Raja is taken as the senses. Are they thinking about the Lord? Is the stimuli of eyes seeking Lord everywhere? Is the ear seeking the name of the Lord everywhere? Is the tongue seeking the prasad everywhere? Is the nose seeking out the divine fragrance everywhere? Is the skin seeking out or invoking? You can put it both ways, invoking or seeking the divine touch? No. They are lost in their sensuality. They are lost in the names and forms. And because they are lost in names and forms, you are hidden away from them. And this is exactly what is taking place with us. And therefore, so all these kings, meaning the Indriyas, they get destroyed in the darkness, in the ignorance alone. They come out of ignorance and they get destroyed in ignorance without coming to know you, O Lord. And in this way, what you said is absolutely correct, that my path is not clear for me. You are right. And how it is not clear is that, see how beautifully she says. She says, we always go about clarity. We must have clarity. We want logic. We want systematic. We want order everywhere, isn't it? Aajkal ka to the theme is we want logic everywhere. She doesn't want it. And what does she say? Because we want clarity, isn't it? We think by listening to someone's words, by reading books, we will get clarity. We can never get clarity that way. Never. Impossible. Then how are you going to get clarity in life? About what your purpose is, about what your goal is, about what your path is, about what your sadhana is, about what is going to work for you. It's not a bhed chal कि सबके सब एक आश्रम जा रहे हैं कि सबके सब वहीं चलो, सबके सब इधर आ रहे हैं, सबके सब इधर आ जाओ. भेड़ चाल नहीं है spirituality. Each one of you is unique in this world. There is no other like you. So how can the same path be applicable for everyone? How can it be? You have to discover. No amount of someone's talking, no amount of someone speaking, no amount of reading, no amount of listening to cassettes, lecture after lecture after lecture, listening to it in the cars. I'm just putting out something else. You are postponing your happiness. Because where is the happiness? Where is the happiness? In the lecture which is going on in the car, or in the lecture that I am giving right now. Where is the happiness? Within you. Are you thinking of yourself? No, we'll go to satsang and then we will think of ourselves. Beukoof. No amount of listening to anyone will ever make you think about yourself, because you are yourself. So here, Rukmini Mata says that my path is not clear. I agree, my path is not clear. I don't want it to be clear. Why? She says that someone needs a path, someone needs a destination, someone needs a sadhana, someone needs clarity. Only that person will need all these things who wants to reach somewhere, isn't it? Agree? Oh, my journey is from Jivatma to Paramatma. I want God realization. Right now, I don't know. I want God realization. So destination is God realization. I want Atma Anubhuti. I want Atma Swarup Anubhuti. I want to be established in the self. So you are not established in the self? I don't know. Foolish fellow. You don't know. Who's talking? if you are not you? Who's talking then? No, ego cannot talk. Ego cannot talk. Mouth talks. Ego cannot talk. Ego is the one who takes the ownership. Ego doesn't talk. Ego is the I. Prakriti is just taking place. It's just happening. Just in those iron filings, was there someone saying, I am moving? They are inert. They were moving by themselves, isn't it? The mother magnet, if that mother magnet was the I, the pure consciousness, or the Lord, the Prakriti is just moving. Ishvara is just standing and Prakriti is apna dance kar rahi hai. Similarly, who's talking? Talking is happening, seeing is happening, everything is happening. Rukmini says, I don't want to reach anywhere. I got no destination. You said, what you said is correct, that I have got no clarity of the path. That because you got married to me, Krishna saying that you got married to me, I think you lost your way somewhere. It is not, you are not clear about your journey, where you want to go in life. चाबी दे रहा है, सभी हस्बैंड देते हैं, सभी भैया देती हैं, किसी घर में बीवी देती है, किसी घर में हस्बैंड देता है. तो रुक्मिणी says, you are absolutely right. I don't want to reach anywhere. Why? Everywhere you are. See the angle which she takes. She says, I don't want to reach anywhere because you are everywhere. I don't have any desire to go anywhere. That you do not, because see, Krishna Bhagwan, and again from the other way also, Krishna Bhagwan does not have any wealth, he does not have any kingdom, he does not have any throne, he is continuously only serving, he is a kingmaker, but he does not have anything for himself. He is a ranchhod, he breaks his vachan, everything that he should not do, he has done. He says that you are getting married to a wrong person, you know. That sometimes I follow dharma, sometimes it seems that I am breaking I take a vow and I break it. During Bhishmacharya's time, during many other places. So he says, yes, you are right. She says, I don't want you to, now take the other way around, I don't want you to reach anywhere. Why? Because you are everywhere. Both ways she satisfies Krishna's complaint, or the cheeky complaint that she needs to go and get married to someone else. Then in the 36th verse, continue. Tvat pada padma makaranda jusham muninam vartma sfutam nrupa shubhirna nudur vibhavyam yasmadalaukikamivehitam mishwarasya bhumam stavehitam anuye bhavantam. In the 36th verse, Rukmini says, hey Bhagavan, what you said was correct, that you don't behave like normal people. He said, I am not a normal person, you know. Sometimes, how do you know he is not normal? Tell me. How do you know he is not normal? बोलो. पूरी कृष्ण लीला सबको पता है. चमत्कार करते हैं, so he is abnormal. What else? His birth was abnormal, isn't it? So he says, I know, Rukmini says that what you said, that you are not like normal people, that you are what some people say, no, wise and the otherwise. So I know that you are otherwise. You are not a wise person, you are otherwise. The word here is laukika. Laukika means worldly people. What are worldly people lost in? तू मैं, comparison, competition. उसने Mercedes खरीदी तो मैं क्या होंडा खरीदूंगा? नहीं यार, जैगुआर. हाँ, तूने एक बीवी तो मेरी दो बीवी. ऐसे भी हैं, मेलबर्न में हैं, चिंता मत कर, सब केसेस आते हैं हमारे पास. So this is laukika. If someone says you feel bad, if someone doesn't recognize you or praise you for, this is the feeling of jealousy, feeling of desire. This is laukika. Rukmini says, I know you are a laukik, you are a different man, that's why I married you. And she says, and what to talk about all your prowess, that you are the support of all the powers and you are also the substratum of all the powers. This recognition, and who is Shakti? Lakshmi ji herself is Shakti, isn't it? Lakshmi ji herself is the Shakti Mata. She is the manifestation of the, Rukmini ji is the manifestation of Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the potentiality. So we think, how do we think? That Ishwar and Prakriti are separate. But what is the truth? Prakriti has come out of Ishwar. Nothing can be separate from Ishwar. So here she is recognizing that out of you all the potentiality has come and you are the substratum of the potentiality, that is Shakti. Continuing the next verse. Nishkanchano nanubhavan yatosti kashchid yasmai balim balibhujopi harantya jadyaha natva vindantya sutupontakamādhyatandhaha preshto bhavan balibhuja mapite pitubhyam. In the 37th verse she says, Rukmini ji says, people call you Akinchan. Akinchan means the one who has nothing. And this, you having nothing, owning nothing, demanding nothing, desiring nothing, it is not equal to Daridrata. Daridrata matlab kya? You are not a destitute. Daridrata ko kya? Destitute hi bolenge na? You are not a destitute. So even though you don't have anything, you don't own anything, you don't claim anything, yet I know you are not a destitute. And you say that you don't have anything. The truth is that in this world, nothing in this world is other than you. So how can you say that you don't have anything? You yourself have become the whole world through your potentiality, and you, this is my understanding, Rukmini ji is saying. And therefore, because you alone are everything in this world, it is natural for you not to desire anything in this world. It is natural for you not to keep filling up the house with all the pots and pans. Har ghar mein hote hain. See? So what will Lord collect? We collect, isn't it? House after house, after car, children after children, books after books. I have so many books. Half of them I have not read. But every time I go to India, I bring so many. Collection. Why? One day I'll read. Why? I have to reach somewhere. Padh ke. So what is this position? How can Lord collect things for himself when he is everything? This has been recognized by Rukmini ji. देखो, beautiful. That should be our disposition when we are moving in the world. Continuing 38th verse. Tvam vai samasta purusharthamaya phalatma yadvanchaya sumatayo visrujanti krutsnam tesham vibho samuchito bhavata samajaha punsastriyashcharatayo sukadukhinonam. In the 38th verse he says, that there, uh, uh, all the various gods, they are what do you call, praying to you, and they do your puja, they, and they love you, and you also love them. You, what you have said is correct. Ki dhanadya means those who are rich, those who are committed to wealth, those who are committed to money, attracted to money, they do not do your bhajan. That is true. What you are saying is true. And because they are in the arrogance that they have the money and they keep wanting to doubling their money, and this is the laukika way, and they never think that to satiate, because why are they going after wealth? Because that with that wealth, then whatever I see, what do I see? Wonderful clothes. Then what do I see? I want to see various lands. Then what do I want to hear? Oh, I want to hear opera in opera house, I want to hear the best orchestra in the opera house. Then what do you want to taste? I want to taste the best food in the best restaurant in the best place. I want to taste the food of all the countries. But all the countries have restaurants in Melbourne. No, no, no. I want to go to all the countries and taste the food there. What is happening? You have the money, and that money is giving you the arrogance that with this money I'm going to satisfy all my desires. And you start creating a bucket list. You saw that movie, Bucket List? ऐसी कोई थी ना मूवी, Bucket List ही नाम था. And tick, 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 tick. I have one person. He has list. It finished 5-6 years ago. But bloody hell, it keeps increasing. The list. This is the last one, Swamiji. Last one. Once I become a GM, everything is over. After that GM was over, again another 10 came. Now this year, last. Again 5 comes. This is what happens when your attraction is for the money and you forget the Lord. This is just an example. He is committed to the Lord, no doubt. I'm just taking one aspect of when the mind goes crazy. And in this way, and they continuously keep running after the attractions of the world, and when death comes, they don't even know, they are not prepared for it, and then they complain and then they cry. And what you have said is correct. And all those objects that are worthy of desire in this world, O Lord, that all those people who put efforts, where do we put efforts? What are the 4 areas? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Phala Swarup, here it was told, the word was Tvam vai samasta purusharthamaya. Samasta purushartha. The result of every purushartha is you alone, O Lord. See? And what do? We don't go after the purusharth. Arth purusharth, we go after the money, but we forget the Lord. Kama purusharth, we go after the desires, but we forget the Lord. Moksha purusharth, we go after the sadhana, but we forget the Lord. Sadhana becomes more important. कभी कभी ऐसे होता है. भगवान सामने कितनी जगह पे भगवान सामने आके खड़े हो गए. हाँ भाई, नहीं, अभी आप वेट करो, मैं ज़रा मेरे को अर्घ्य चढ़ा के आना है, मेरी पूजा कंप्लीट नहीं हुई, वेट करो अभी. भगवान क्या करेगा? So in this manner, and then continuing, he says that, O Lord, you yourself are all the thoughts, all the outgoings, all the sadhanas, all the siddhis, and all the results of all the sadhana siddhis and all the efforts and projects that we have in life. The result of every one of them is you and you alone. But we fail to recognize that. And Rukmini has recognized that and she is reminding him. And those people who go after Kama Bhog, uh, how can they ever even have contact with you? How can they ever even think about you? Because they are only thinking about satiation of their senses and their mind through various desires. So, having said this, she says that, oh Lord, you have sung praises of the bhikshukas. Bhikshukas are mendicants, the hermits. He says, you have sung their praises, and that they are such type of sannyasis. Here she takes the example of Naradji, and she says, he is such a sannyasi that he doesn't differentiate between a good and a bad person. And what does he do? That he does, even to a bad person, he will not go, and Naradji never, he never punishes anyone. Then what does Naradji do? Whether he goes to Dhruva, whether he goes to Prahlad, whether he goes to Ravan, or he goes to Kans, what does he do? He only brings them to the Lord. He does not punish them for their, or he does not praise them for their good deeds, he does not punish them for their bad deeds. But instead, he brings them to the Lord and allows the Lord to do whatever is required to be done. He says, such are the sannyasis that you are talking about. And therefore, oh Lord, in the next verse now, in the 39th verse, Jadhyam vachastava gadagrajayastu bhupan with where? Oh, Tvam nyasta dandamonivhir gaditanubhava atmatmadhascha jagatamiti me vrutosi hitva bhavadbhruva udirikala vega dhvastasishobja bhavana patin kutonye. And so the first line was about the yogis or the tapasvis and the sannyasis, and the second one is that by merely twitching your eyebrows, he says that you, all the wishes that all the gods are having. Who are the gods? She's saying Brahmaji, Shiva and Vishnu. Whatever their desires are of maintaining the world, because as Narayana does not have any desire, but Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they are products of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, or Rajas, Sattva and Tamas. They have a job description. Brahmaji has a job description of creation. Vishnu has a job description of maintenance. Shiva has job description of destruction. She's saying, oh Lord, by mere twitching of your eyebrows, all these fellows forget that they have to do their jobs. See? Because are there one Brahmaji, one Vishnu and one Shiva? There are infinite number. We saw in the story during when the Bal Leela was going on, Brahmaji came, found so many Brahmajis, पागल हो गए, अब क्या करूँ? फिर वापस आए, इधर भी ब्रह्माजी सारी जगह पे. And then, by the grace of the Lord, he saw Krishna, Krishna, Krishna everywhere, and then he realized that this young fellow is the Lord Narayana. He is not under my control, because Brahmaji, under Brahmaji's control, the Prakriti is not under Brahmaji's control. Brahmaji merely permutates and permutation combination of the Prakriti. He does not create space, air, fire, water, earth. He only takes them, mixes and create, and you are formed. And in this way, and if Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they all forget about all their desires, what to talk about when you sternly look at Shishupal or Dantavakra? We can't even talk about you. she says, "Oh Lord, I have selected you." She's not saying it out of arrogance. She says, "Oh Lord, I have selected you as my husband." And and uh, and you are telling me that go and get married to Shishupal, go and get married to Jarasandha, go and get married to this fellow, go and get. I married to you. Who are you to tell me I should go and get married to? You came by yourself or I called you? तो ऐसे डिस्कशन घर में हो तो फिर मजा भी आता है. महाभारत हो जाएगी. And she says कि who all these people, Dantavakra, Shishupal, etc., who are they in front of you? By twitching of your eyebrows, the gods themselves run here and there. Why would I go after them, leaving you? Am I crazy? No. Next verse, कौन सा है? देखो मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा है. जाढ्यम वचस्तव गदाग्रजयस्तु भूपान वेदराव्यशांग निनदेन जहर्थ मां त्वं सिंहो यथा स्वबलिमीश पशून् स्वभागं तेभ्यो भयाद्यदुदधिं शरणं प्रपन्नः. Here he says in the 40th verse that, O Lord, O Sarveshwar, I cannot accept what you are saying to me, because that you became afraid and hid in the ocean by building Dwarka. This is the argument Krishna Bhagavan gives to Rukmini, that I was afraid. That's why I'm called Ranchod. I ran away from कौन था वो? Kala? कौन? Kalayavan. That he ran away from him and ran away from Jarasandha, and that nobody can come on his land, the Dwarka. She says, I do not accept that. Now she's giving a different argument here. And what does she say? She says that you are not afraid. You have just taken the Shanga Dhanush. You got such a prowess. See? And what is his prowess? That if the Dhanush which Ramchandra ji got from Parshuram, that is Shanga Dhanush. And that is Lord Narayana's. And that Dhanush, if just the sound from the, the string, that sound is made, she says, this, made, the whole world starts shivering. And here Rukmini ji is saying, such you came in front of all the kings and they just kept looking. They didn't even know what happened. And without even using your bow, by hearing which the whole world, cosmos shivers, just by your presence, without having picked up the bow, you just plucked me away from there and took me away. So whom should I get married? To them or to you? Who without using his prowess, without using his vitality, without using his any weapon, was able to take me away from all those, like how, here the example given is like the lion takes away his prey. The prey is there, all the other animals, jackals, hyenas, everyone come, and he just comes. Everyone moves away. He eats what he wants and takes what he wants. No one dare challenge him. No one dare challenge him. Rukmini says, you are like a lion. No one dare challenge you. So I am married to a lion. I am not married to a, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, लोमड़ी को, jackal, लक्कड़ बग्गा, hyena, not a hyena. The others were all hyenas. Someone else's kill they will take. Continuing, 41st verse. यद्वाञ्छया नृपशिखामणयोऽङ्ग वैन्य जायन्तनाहुष गया दय एकपत्यं राज्यं विसृज्य विविशुर्वनं भुजाक्ष सीदन्ति तेनुपदवीं त इहा स्थिता किम्. In the 41st verse she says, oh Lord, how can you say that whoever remembers you, they have to go through lot of troubles. You know, this is a very popular belief that if you take the Lord's name, if you become a devotee of the Lord, more problems will come than you can ever imagine. And half of them decide, acha nahi lenge. Isn't it? Bhagwan ka naam, you start taking the name of the Lord and difficulties in your life increase. First difficulty, वाइफ स्क्रीमिंग, बड़े भगवान का नाम लेते बैठे हो, काम करो घर का, होता है. जब करने बैठ गए, भगवान का नाम लेने से गया, you are never, all the time you are fine, but when you sit for japa, you will feel hot, you will feel cold, you will feel like going to pressure, you will feel hungry, you will feel like every disturbance you can think of. The moment you take the japamala and start thinking, I am going to do some meditation and concentrate on the Lord. See? You decide that I want to take the name of the Lord, the whole world says, Acha, Yada, you're studying Bhagavad Gita. Are you trying to avoid us? Are you trying to show off? But if you persevere that period, everything changes. But this is how the world is. So here she says, but this is the common notion that whoever thinks of you has to go through lot of challenges and difficulties in life. This is the common notion. She says that, then she gives examples, and she says, like a Raja, the king Ang, Prithu, Bharat, Yayati and Gava, they gave up everything. They gave up their kingdom. Bharat Maharaj, for 10,000 years he was chanting Om Namo Narayanaya. 10,000 years. And he gave up. Who likes to give up? Do you want to take Vanaprastha, any one of you? Some of you are in that age. Are you ready? It is nice to read in the books. One must have the courage. Just wanting to know, taking the step, these are the stages, logic, these are the stages. I am in this stage, Grahastha stage. I have gone through childhood, I have gone through youth, what is Brahmacharya, and now I am in Grahastha. What about the next two? नहीं स्वामी यहीं पे रुक जाती गाड़ी. There is no station after that. That will only happen when you have lived your life in the remembrance of the God. There is one person I know. Last year also I sent him somewhere. This year also he is going. He wants to spend 1-2 months alone somewhere. Comes to the classes, he says, tell me where. He is going. In October, 1 month, I found him in a place, nobody there. Border of Tamil Nadu and Bangalore, Karnataka. Nobody there. Just 2 people are there. They also come only 3 days a week. They told me, Swamiji, we are looking for a person to take care of this ashram. So I said, you are looking at a wrong person. No, we got these, we got these rooms where sadhakas can stay. We have got so many, 20 other kutiyas. People can stay and do their sadhana, but nobody comes. Best place for you for a sadhaka to go, he is going. He contacted everything. 6 हफ्ते बिताएगा, पता नहीं उनका दिमाग खरेगा कि ठीक हो गया आएगा, पर कुछ तो, पर they don't like people, none of them are not allowed to speak in that ashram. You're not allowed to have mobile in the ashram. You're not allowed to फालतू की आवाज़ नहीं करनी है. Everywhere you go, move around in the ashram, keep silent. You want to ask someone, try, write it and give it to you. Otherwise, go to the office, someone will be there for 1 hour a week or 1 hour in a day, he will be there, you go and speak to him. And if he chooses to answer you, he will answer. ऐसे भी जगह है. So I told him, you go. You're a great sadhaka, man. Maybe you will become the next acharya, but give me a room, okay, when I come. See? So he says that, Rukmini ji is saying that they all left their kingdom, and what did they choose? They chose you as their destination. They chose you as their goal. There must be a reason why these kings, Raja Prithu, Raja Bharat, Raja Ang, that they have left everything and chosen you. There must be a reason. Were they facing any difficulty in their life? They had all the servants, they had all the wealth, they had all the maids, they had all the people loving them. These are not kings who were trying to, our Bindusar or Ashoka. He had to fight a long, hard battle throughout his life in order to bring about a peaceful time in India. But for these people, naturally it has been always peaceful. They have not seen. Then why did they leave everything? So it is wrong, O Lord, that by remembering you, only difficulties come. That is wrong. It is not that way. For that, we have to learn one thing, and that is that we must prepare ourselves. If you are accepting the Vedic lore, if you are accepting the purusharthas, the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and if you are accepting that brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha and sannyas, don't use only the first two because it sounds perfect in a correct environment, that you know about these four stages of life. You have to prepare for them. And how do you prepare for them? Not by thinking about vanaprastha or sannyas, by thinking about the Lord. Automatically a stage will come. In some people it comes very early. So they take sannyas straight away. They bypass, every city has a bypass. Similarly, Grahastha city and Vanaprastha city has a bypass for some people. Jnaneshwar Maharaj at 8 of age, even youth was Grahastha and Vanaprastha was bypass. Seedhe sannyas. Shankaracharya, seedhe sannyas. See? So, what is how it will unfold in you, that will be directly proportional to your love and surrender and samarpan to the Lord in your heart. If you decide that you are going to take this decision, फिर तो बैंड बज जाएगा. You will have troubles in life. You will have challenges in life. You will complain. You will find the responsibilities too much in life because you have made the decision. Then what should be our decision? If we are made up like that, what can I do? I have to make a decision. You make a decision to remember the Lord under all circumstances, every moment of your existence, and then see the magic happen. And everything will just start flowing. Continuing. Kanyam shraye tava pada saroja gandham agraya sanmukharitam janata pavargam lakshmyalayam tvavigana ganya ganaya gunalayasya martya sadorubhaya martha vivikta drushtihi. In the 42nd verse, she says, "You say, O Lord, कि I should go and get married to some other prince. But O Lord, you are the one in whom all the gunas, meaning all the qualities, we are not talking about sattva, rajas, tamas, all the qualities that are found. No human being is present on this planet who has all the qualities inherent within him. Even if you cultivate, you cannot have all the qualities. Even if you look Mahatmas who are born from a womb, you cannot have, they are perfect, but there is a certain disposition. Some of them are very angry Mahatmas, some are very loving Mahatmas, some are very studious Mahatmas, some are very yogic Mahatmas, some are very tapasvi Mahatmas, some are very ekdam, very sweet speaking Mahatmas, some are very harsh, isn't it? But have you ever come across one in whom all the qualities are present? She says, "Oh Lord, you are one in whom I have seen all the qualities are abundantly present all the time." Now you tell me, should I go to some other prince to get married? Or my selection is the good, correct one? What will Krishna Bhagavan say? He's just smiling. What is he doing? What is he doing? Pressing Rukmini's feet. So if you want to hear good words from your wife, सबको हंसी आ रही है यार. So she says that my solace is only your feet, O Lord. Remember, Atmashraya, Parashraya. What is Atmashraya? The Lord's feet in our heart is Atmashraya. Parashraya, anything other than the feet of the Lord, anything other than the thought of the Lord is going to take you into the world. And the moment you think, if I think of this Narayana, I'll forget the original, I'll think of Arti, Daksha, immediately Pandora box opens. But if I think about Narayana, if I think about his form, if I think about his smile, if I think about his feet, if I think about his countenance, it is so beautiful that just by thinking about it, you get absorbed in him, and before you know, you are in meditation. But no other object other than the Lord can make you get into meditation. Nothing else can. And in this way, she says, I only want, all the saints talk about the fragrance coming from your feet, but I only want your feet. And what is she doing? And the Lord is pressing her feet. And she's saying, I only want the fragrance of your feet. But she's showing her surrender, that she has got no other focus than him. And therefore, he says, that to get to your feet, the tapasvis, the yogis, the devotees, they all do tapasya, they leave everything, they forget scriptures, they forget tapasyas, they forget everything, sadhanas, they only hold on to you. If you say, "Arey aaj sadhana ki kya?" What sadhana? Which sadhana? Kaisi sadhana? There is no sadhana. Oh, but don't you remember the Lord? Taking the name of the Lord is not a sadhana. Taking the name of the Lord or remembering the Lord in your heart is not a sadhana. Then what is it? It is the most natural thing. What is most unnatural? Going away from yourself is most unnatural. Thinking about apara, the para, that is unnatural. Think about yourself right now. Think about the life that is throbbing in you right now. Is it unnatural? Do you have to try to think that I am? नहीं यार बताओ ना मैं कहाँ हूँ. Nobody says that. everyone knows that they are present. It's the most natural thing. So here Rukmini ji says, people do sadhanas to become free from all the sins they have committed and etc etc. But and for what? They want to be free of the sins and to be surrendered at your feet. But here I am already at your feet. Why would I think of anyone else? I will. So intelligent. Now here message for Swamiji is telling. After having the fragrance of your feet, O Lord, which intelligent woman, Rukmini ji is saying, which intelligent woman will like to go and have relationship with any other man? Who will? And who are these people, other people? They are having Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsya. And who is the Lord? All the good, positive, transcendental qualities are present in him. Continuing in the next verse, 43rd. 43rd, na? Tam tvanurupam bhajam jagatam atmanamatra cha paratra cha kamapuram syanme twangri ranam srutibhir brahmantya yo vai bhajantamupayatya nrutapavargaha. In the 43rd verse she says, O Lord, I have selected you and that is the correct decision. Even if I have to go through many births, still I will select you only. And I don't care about that. I want to be surrendered at your feet. That's all. And oh Lord, you are that one in front of whom even the Kandarpa, who is Kandarpa? The Kamadev. The Kamadev is surrendered. His power of attraction becomes zero in front of you. In front of. Now don't think like this. No, शिव जी के सामने तो हुआ था. नहीं, वैसे नहीं. We are talking about Narayana, who is above Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. That Supreme, that Paramatma we are talking about. That Ishwar we are talking about. So she says that even that Kandarpa, he loses his abha, he loses his power. His power, just like candle light has got no power to illuminate the sun, similarly, you are the desire incarnate. Desire incarnate. Hundreds, thousands of Kamadev are residing in you. What to talk of the Kamadev? What to talk about the attraction of the world? What to talk about other men whom you are trying to tell me to go to? And in this, oh Lord, that and here she gives some example, and the example they are given that oh Krishna, unlike you, all the other kings, they are like donkeys who are carrying the load of their family, their duties, their possessions, and their prowess and their vitality. They are the donkeys, and the children and wife also. And second, the bullocks. What do the bullocks do? They are continuously busy taking care of their family, अपना काम करते रहते हैं, and they are used for whatever, and they have to, they have to go through so much hard work in their life, the bullocks. खेत जोतना पड़ता है, बैलगाड़ी चलानी पड़ती है, फिर नदी में कुएं में से पानी निकालना पड़ता है, चारा काटने के लिए बुलक्स को लगा देते हैं, सब सारा काम वही करते हैं, आदमी क्या करता है? तो इस तरीके से like this, all the kings are, all the men are also like that only. And then third example is a dog, that they are worthy to be censured, just like nobody wants a dog. Today Kalyug mein alag hai, haan? Kalyug is different. In Kalyug, dog front, man behind. But dog is to be shooed away, not to be brought near. So these kings are to be shooed away. It's not, I don't even want to go near them. And the fourth example she takes is the billi. Billi also, the cat also should not be in the house. Swamiji, you also have one. I don't. A big cat has a small cat, not me. And both are transferring each other's quality to each other. You will notice. And what is Bila? That there is no one ungrateful and ruthless like a cat. जब तक अपने को चाहिए बस एकदम हाथ ऊपर चढ़ जाता है. Then continuing, 44th, isn't it? तस्यास स्युरच्युत नृपा भवतोपदिष्टाः स्त्रीणां गृहेषु खरगोष्वबिडालभृत्या कर्णमूलमरिकर्षणनोपयायात् युष्मत्कथामृडविरिञ्ज सभासु गीता. In the 44th verse he says, this was the 44th verse, what I just told you. And therefore she says that all these Shishupal, Dantavakra, Jarasan, they are husbands of such women who are busy with working hard, possessing, wanting more. I don't want anything. And then she says, who should be the wife? Wife is that who enjoys listening to the glory of her husband. ये देखा कितने मुंह के कितने, how many faces? None of them is saying yes. Who is wife? Who enjoys listening to the glory of the husband, not compete or compare with the husband. If that is the disposition, you will have trouble in the family. So, Rukmini ji, what is she doing? She is singing the glory of Krishna. What does Krishna do? Sing the glory of his Rukmini, isn't it? So until and unless in our hearts the stories, the leelas of the Lord do not continuously percolate our mind through the years, through reading, through remembering, we will go the wrong way. Must continuously remember the Lord. So what are the few steps? First is listen to his stories. Then what is the second? When you start enjoying the stories of the Lord, then what do? Remember the stories when you are not listening to the stories, because you have interacted with it so joyfully that automatically those stories, some ladies come in the morning, they're इतना बढ़िया Vedic chanting करते हैं, and you must be doing when you are chanting the shlokas or some stotras. When you do it joyfully, automatically that tune remains in your head, isn't it? And when you are driving, doing something, automatically it starts. You don't decide, it starts. Same way, when we enjoy the stories of the Lord and interact with it joyfully in a satsang or wherever, while reading, automatically when you are impromptu, they will come and they will start playing themselves in your mind. Then what happens after that? Once you start remembering the stories, what's the next step? As your attention becomes, now you are seeing a story, your love for the Lord becomes more. Now you don't want the characters in the story, you want only the Lord. Before it was the stories of the Lord from someone else, from outside. Now there is story of the Lord in your mind. Next stage is you don't want the story, you want only the Lord. Then what is the next stage? You get intoxicated by the form of the Lord. When you get intoxicated with the form of the Lord, that is called Drishyanu with Savikalpa Samadhi. But these are the stages. Or maybe in between you can put japa. You are remembering the Lord, you are seeing the form of the Lord, and you are chanting the name of the Lord. But it will lead to that I don't want to see anything else, only the Lord. Even with your open eyes, you can see the Lord. You can. It is possible. It has happened to many people. It comes, it goes, but it comes. But then after that, you don't, the form is there, but still, every now and then your attention gets distracted, it goes away. After some time, how long can you concentrate? You can't sit 24 hours a day with the picture in your mind. Who will do everything else? The mind is saying, hey, you have to wash the clothes. Hey, you have to dry the clothes. Hey, you have to cook the food. Hey, you have to take this child to the school. Hey, you have to pick up the child from the school. Hey, you have to fill the petrol in the car. It's all these things are on. How long will you be able to focus? Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, can't more than that. But a point will come as you are doing this practice that because your intensity and intoxication with the Lord, that you want to become one with Him, and you are seeing Him, the form is there, but how to become one with Him? At that moment, somewhere, when enough, love and surrender is generated within you, your mind will automatically migrate to some part of his body. It will migrate to his two eyes, or it will migrate to his two lips, or it will migrate to his chin mudra, or it will migrate to his 2 feet. So now what has happened? From the many limbs of his body, your attention has gone to one part of his body. And as you keep thinking about his 2 lips, Adhara Amrita, or his Kamalanayana, you keep looking at his 2 eyes, you will merge into his 3rd eye. Your mind will merge into his 3rd eye. You keep looking at his 2 lips, you will merge in between the lips. You keep looking at his 2 feet, you will merge into his 2 feet. Then what happens? Now there is no form. From form, you have gone to formless. But the japa is still going on. The name of the Lord is still going on. So from Drishyanu with Savikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa means with a thought. You migrate to Shabdanu with Savikalpa Samadhi. That means now thinking of the name of the Lord puts you into Samadhi. And what is this Samadhi? Before, the picture was continuously in front of your eyes. Now, the name of the Lord is continuously, it's automatically going on, and you don't want to think of anything else. It is giving you ecstatic joy. Shabdanu with Savikalpa Samadhi. Then what happens after that? My God, one more step. Yes, one more step. 2 more steps. Shabdanu with, when the sound, the name of the Lord matures, Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para, when it matures, then Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Then what after Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Nirvikalpa Samadhi also you cannot sit 24 hours a day. Ramakrishna Paramahansa sat for 3 days. Paramahansa Yogananda, he said, many Mahatmas are there. They say, if 21 days I am in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, bury my body. And some Mahatmas say, before 21 days are over, please wake me up. Because after 21 days, you will not come back. But come back to body identification will not happen. This is what Ramakrishna used to do. Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he used to make people, he used to go into Samadhi. When he's long, people used to stuff Rasgulla into his mouth to bring him back. Why? They wanted their questions to be answered by him. तो समाधि में से उसको बाहर निकाल देंगे by putting रसगुल्ला in his mouth. देखो ऐसे ऐसे किस्से हैं दुनिया में. But Nirvikalpa Samadhi also is not the end. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you go, you can be for 21 days, after that what? उसके बाद तो तुम हो ही नहीं, तुम शरीर करके तुम हो नहीं, but you are there. It must get converted if interacted properly, if study of Vedanta is there, it gets converted into Sahaja Samadhi. Every moment of your existence, you are living in the revelation of that divinity, like the gopis. That is Sahaja Samadhi. And that is happening to you right now also. That is happening to you right now also. But only by Atmashraya. Rukmini says, Bhagwan Ashraya. Only by taking the refuge of the Lord, this recognition will come about. Scriptures cannot give you this recognition. Teachers cannot give you this recognition. No amount of your efforts will give you this recognition. Does that mean we should not put efforts? Yes, we must put efforts. But what is the purpose of efforts? What is the purpose of effort? To realize that our efforts are impotent in nature. Everything happens in our life by Bhagavad Kripa, Ishvara Kripa. Not because we have put efforts. You are inflating the ego. I have put the efforts. Efforts are only put to realize that efforts are incapable of revealing the Lord to us. If this clicks today, Guru Purnima is successful. Nobody is saying don't put efforts. You cannot live without putting efforts. But in the back of your mind, this clarity should be there. Continue. Just last two verses and then we'll conclude. क्या टाइम हो गया? यो ओके, ज़्यादा हो गया टाइम. Where is the next one? Just till these quickly we read three of these and I'll tell. त्वक्ष्मश्रूरो मनखकेश पिनद्धमन्तं मन्त मासास्थित रक्तकृमिविकफपिन्वतं जीवत्शवं भजति कान्तमतिर्विमूढा या ते पदाब्जमकरन्दमजिघ्रति स्त्री अस्त्वम्बुजाक्षममते चरणानुराग आत्मन् रतस्य मयि चानतिरिक्तदृष्टेः यर्हस्य बुद्धय उपात्तरज्योतिमात्रो मामीक्षसे तदुहनः परमानुकम्पा नैवालीकमहं मन्ये वचस्ते मधुसूदन अम्बाया इव हि प्रायः कन्याया स्याद्रति क्वचित् व्यूढायाश्चापि पुञ्चल्या मनोभ्येति नवं बुधो सती न विभ्रूयात् तां विभ्रद् उभयच्युतः. Here he says that Rukmini ji is saying that another recognition by her. She says this body is only nothing but skin, covered with skin, and what is inside the skin? It is the flesh, it is the bones, it is the blood, it is the urine, it is the fecal matter, it is the cuff, that is the phlegm, and all the only dirt is inside this body. And to this we are attached to all the lady who is attached to this mixture. What is this mixture? Your husband. What is this mixture? Your wife. What is this mixture? Your children. So if you are identified only to this, meaning to the form, you are going the wrong way. She can never have happiness in life. We have to recognize Lord is not the form. He is the supporter of the form, yet transcendental to the form. So here she says that those ladies who only consider the body to be their husbands and only enjoy the body of the husband, and those ladies who have never ever thought about the Lord who is in their husband, then they can never find happiness. And then continuing, he says, "Oh Lord, you are Atmaram." The word came here that you are Atman ratasya mai chanatirikta drustehe. So, oh Lord, my feet are only focused on your feet. My eyes are focused on your feet, and you are Atmaram. That means you by nature are indifferent to everything in this world. But my wish is that that my love, my surrender at your feet becomes stronger and stronger with every passing moment. See? इसीलिए अपने हस्बैंड्स, अपने बच्चों के नाम, अपने हस्बैंड्स के नाम, अपनी वाइफ्स के नाम भगवान के नाम होते थे, so that you invoke the Lord out of that person. We are only invoking the Rakshas out of the person. क्या नाम दे दिया? कुबलाई खान. और क्या नाम दे दिया? औरंगजेब. See? अब इसकी मम्मी ने इसका नाम नारायण रखा होगा. नारायण 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 नारायण, उनके आपने आप उनके पुण्य कितना इकट्ठा कर लिया होगा उन्होंने. See? खुश हो रहा है. See? So, all the names, most of your names here are very, very beautiful ones, isn't it? Then why don't you give those meaningful, beautiful name to your children? फालतू का नाम क्या देके रखना है? उसका नाम लिया तो पता नहीं क्या याद आएगा. एक का नाम है आकांक्षा, एक का नाम है ममता. वी ऑल नो ममता. अटैचमेंट, बार बार अटैचमेंट ही याद आएगा. हद हो गई. भगवान कैसे याद आएंगे? So this is another science, how while living your life you keep remembering the Lord. Name your children Lord's name. Find easy ones, there are many. Continuing, and you told me that I must go and get married to someone else, and I don't find what you said is wrong also. Now this is the crux. Oh Lord, you told me to go and have a relationship with someone else. She says, I don't mind that also. Now see the meaning, what she takes out of that. She says that because just like Amba, even though she was won by Bhishmacharya, even though, because that time what was the rule? That whoever kidnaps or wins in a contest, that girl is his. But what was Amba? She was still thinking about her beloved. Remember, Kashi Naresh, she in her, and then Bhishmacharya goes and delivers her personally back to Kashi Naresh and comes away. But Kashi Naresh says, "मैं झूठन नहीं खा लेता." He says, "I don't take used stuff." She is absolutely pure, but just because she has been won by someone, that was the time. So she says, "Now who will accept me? Once I have been, you have taken me to be your wife. Even if I go now, nobody will accept me, just like Amba was not accepted by anyone. Okay, I will go, but nobody will accept me." And in this way, she says, then here it is told that she says, intelligent person is that who does not go near a woman who has got, who is not, क्या बोलते हैं यार, who is not faithful to her husband. That's right. Who is not faithful to her husband. To such a person one must not associate with, because you will try to take advantage, you will get affected, you will have desire, and things can, and then your family is gone haywire. And once that happens, then not only this world is destroyed, next world is also destroyed for you, because there is no peace. And when all this was told in the last word, it was told, last verse, it was told that Sri Krishna, when he heard this whole diatribe of the Rukmini ji justifying everything, he says, I teased you only to hear all this from you. And what happens next in our next episode, in our next class? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.